Hey guys, Echo here with another life story, and today I'm telling you something kind of like chill, but also just something kind of funny and like special to me. It's always like stuck with me, just this moment. Before I start the story, I just wanted to say thank you so fucking much for the last video. Dude, 6 views, that shit's crazy. 2 likes, a comment, oh my god, man, I'm actually blowing up. I might be a famous YouTuber yet. So anyway, I'm gonna jump straight into it. So in this period of my life, like 14 to 17, I was actually the worst. I didn't care about anything. I was skipping school all the time and just being a total degen, man. Hanging around total degens, just being a fucking idiot. But I had some like normal friends from my childhood still. Some people who like partook in the sacred skunk, but they weren't anything like I was, like just abusing the shit out of the devil's lettuce, man. I love using all the weird words for weed, like devil's lettuce, sacred skunk, like, it's great. I can't think of another one right now, but you know. But anyway, as I was saying, this one particular friend had been my neighbor for years. And like I said, she did drugs, but like, she was pretty innocent. Like, she smoked weed every now and then, but nothing like me, man. I was a little bong lord sensation back then. Just fucking bongs all day, every day. Wake up, bong. Lunchtime, bong. Dinner time, bong. Bed, bong. Wake up in the middle of the night, bong. So during this time, I was like 15 and I was selling weed because, you know, it allowed me to smoke for free. And what teenager who smoked weed back then, like, didn't want to be a dealer? Like, it's a rite of passage, of course. So anyway, I had this regular customer. Normally I sold to him just when I was around his area because he lived like a half-hour drive away from me, like quite a while away. But this time, I was desperate. These were desperate times. I was scraping nugs out of the carpet. I had no money. I was broke as hell. I needed to sell. This guy was a regular. School was not on right now, so I was just like fiending for some cash because normally I'd get all my cash from like selling around lunchtime, but when there's no lunchtime, when you're on school holiday, you have to make like a lot of extra effort to actually like deal to people. So like I said, he lived half an hour away, so I needed a ride. Now I would rarely take public transport because literally police are allowed to search anyone on public transport in my state. It was just like a thing. They could just pull you off for any reason, grab your bag, take it off you, don't even ask, and just go through all your shit. They're just allowed to do that on public transport. So obviously I was way too scared, even though it was only a 50, we call it a 50, actually we call it a 50. It's $50, that's why we call it a 50. I guess it's called an eighth over here. It's like 3.5 grams. So it was only a 50, but like I wasn't about to risk like getting caught on the bus with that shit. So I'd walk a lot, but that day I was just like, hell no. And I remember I was wearing shorts, which means it must have been fucking hot because I never wear shorts. It must have been like 95 degrees or something, 98% humidity. We got a lot of those days back home. So I go through my list of people who I was cool with, right? And they knew I sold, but like, it was the middle of the week, so everyone's at work or busy or just like going about their lives. Like no one's answering the phone, or if someone does answer the phone, they're like, not right now, man, like I'm busy. So I'm guessing I was on school holidays because it was like a Wednesday or something and I wasn't doing anything. So I don't know if I was skipping or on holidays. We'll say holidays. So finally, I ran out of options. The phone is dry. So this is left. So now I'm left with the neighbor, this totally innocent chick. Now, I did not want her to know what I was up to because she was very close to my family and Lord forbid my mum found out I was dealing back then. Even though it was only weed, she would have flipped her shit. So I go over to her house just across the way, knock, she answers and it's like, yo, what's up? Like, she was a couple years older than me, so she had a car and license and stuff. And I was like, yo, like, I need a ride, like, to this group of shops. It's like this sketchy, like, outdoor mall. It's got heaps of alleyways and places to deal drugs. So it's where me and this guy, like, always met, like, every single time. And so anyway, I'm, like, fast thinking. I didn't practice anything. I didn't rehearse my lines for this scene. And so I come up with some bullshit, like I'm just like, oh, you know, I just want to go down to this group of shops because it's the only place that sells this really cool drink and I want one. Now, I didn't want to give any petty money. Now, petty money is petrol money, okay? We call it petty money because it's like, it's like 2 reasons. Like petty is short for petrol, but also like it's petty that you're asking for money for petrol because like it's just petrol. So I was trying to make it seem like really nice and like a fun thing for both of us to do, like we could both gain out of it, so she should come with and that's why she should give me a ride for free. Like we're both just sitting at home doing nothing, so like why not? Anyway, so miraculously she actually agrees, I guess because she was just doing nothing either, and off we go, her little Toyota Yaris, and we start heading over to this place. And honestly, man, I'm nervous in the car. I'm sweating because I've got a fat fitty in my pocket and I'm trying to make conversation, I'm trying to be chill, I'm trying to figure out what to do when we actually get there. Because I need to ditch this chick for at least 10 minutes to do the deal. This guy loved to talk, he did not shut the fuck up. And people, you need to hear this. I know sometimes it's reversed, I know sometimes the dealer is annoying, but the dealer is not your friend. They do not want to stand around in public doing a drug deal, speaking to you for way longer than necessary. So while I'm thinking this, you know, while driving and just trying to keep the conversation going, we're getting kind of close, you know, to where this guy's at. I'm texting the guy, trying to get him in position, coordinating a fucking event so that this shit works out no problem. Because I didn't want to stand around and have to wait for him, you know, I kind of wanted to just be in and out. So I'm telling him already in advance, I'm in a huge rush. Like I can't stay for long, bro. Like it's just gonna be drop it and go. Like just trying to minimize the amount of talking, but I know this motherfucker is gonna yap my ear off. So finally, we pull in to this little sketchy parking lot, and she's like, okay, like, where's the store where the drink is at and stuff? And I was like, oh, like, just wait here a minute. I might have taken us to the wrong place. Let me have a look around. You just wait here. Because, you know, that's a totally normal thing you say to someone. And she was obviously pretty weirded out. She was like, okay, like, I guess. So I get out and I'm sweating. Like, man, first of all, 95 degrees, it's hot as balls. Second of all, I've just been like freaking out. Like, this chick definitely is gonna know what's up in a second. Like, whether she sees me or not, she's gonna know. This is suspicious. And deals, like, they always gave me anxiety, bro. Like, this is actually why the main reason I stopped dealing was because it gave me so much fucking anxiety. Like, even though I've met this customer like 1,000 times and I've done this shit a million times, it's just like, what if there's a cop this time? What if someone snitches this time? You know, it's always like on edge. So I'm texting this guy, like furiously trying to find him, but he was pretty good. Like he was always on time and I was a fucking great dealer. I was always on time. When I said 5 minutes, I meant 5 minutes. If you weren't there, I'd keep moving, and I had other clients to get to that day. Anyway, I finally find him. It was probably like 5 minutes of walking in literally circles, but I'm just not paying attention to where I find him, like in relation to my friend who drove me. I'm just paying attention to where the fuck like this guy was and just getting out of there as fast as possible. So finally I find him, you know, do the old dap up, what's up bro? I had long hippie hair and wore a backwards snapback, classic at that point in my life. Like I said, it was a really nice guy, he was smart, I'm pretty sure he was Asian, like half Asian, half Australian. He was really normal and chill, but like he smoked a shitload of weed. Anyway, we say hey, and then go to one of the aforementioned alleyways to do the deal. Simple transaction, you would think. Weed, money, buy. Look, he never checked the bag and I never checked the money in front of him. We trusted each other and we were kind of chill. He'd been getting off me for like almost a year at this point, but it was like I predicted. This guy, he was yapping. And man, like the money was in my hand. I was ready to go. I was like, okay, see ya. And then he would just start fucking talking. And man, I didn't want to be rude, but like, god damn, like this shit was annoying. I just wanted to go. Really, this guy was so nice, but I had to go. I told him earlier that I had to go, like this was just not happening, this is not it, I wanted to go. So after 15 that's crazies and 10 oh reallys, I finally shook him off and said, see you later man, have a great day, enjoy, blaze, 420. Anyway, I walked back to my friend's car as fast as I can, and that's when I realized I did the deal directly across the street from my friend's car, like not even far, like 30 feet dude, 40 feet. Almost within view of her. So I just get in, you know, and I'm kind of like, but I'm like kind of thinking I got away with it, you know. I'm like, you know, I don't think she saw anything. Like, I think I'm okay. But then she like kind of looks at me when I get in the car and she's like half smile laughing. And she says, oh, like, did you find it? I was like, nah, like, to be honest, I don't know where it was. Like, maybe we should just go back and chill at home because like, I don't know, like maybe I'll do some research at home or something. Just trying to totally blow off the situation, like I just wanted to get a ride back now. So she pulls out her phone at this point without saying anything, opens Snapchat and shows me her story, and she has like hundreds of people, okay, heaps of people from school. She was friends with all the popular kids and stuff, like literally hundreds of friends on this fucking app. And on her story there is a video of me for everyone to see. The caption is like, this guy, the caption is like, when he tells you to drive him to a drug deal, and there's just a video caught in 4K of me dapping up this guy, looking over my shoulder, and then going into this super sketchy alleyway. And man, we laughed so hard, it was fucking hilarious. I thought I had just gotten away with it, like I thought I was a smooth criminal, like I just sat in the car, nothing happened. She saw like basically the entire thing. She literally had a video that could be submitted as evidence in court, like it was so obvious what was about to happen. And of course we were laughing the whole way home, but she's like, bro, I am never driving you anywhere again, like ever. Anyway, I know it was a short story, and it wasn't too crazy, but that was just a funny moment from my life. The time I got a completely innocent friend to drive me to a drug deal and thought I'd get away with it. I actually have another one of these stories that involves my mom, but that's gonna wait for another time. That was a whole thing as well, like always. Thank you all so very much for watching, I really appreciate it. Leave a like, a comment, I always reply. Drive the like button to a drug deal and then leave him to fend for himself, and I'll see you guys in the next one.